At 11 p.m., my sister texted, dropping off my 4 kids for 2 weeks. A second later, Mom has your spare key. She's letting us in. So I smiled, called my building, and changed my locks. I was 34, and I worked as a commercial pilot. In my family, that meant I was the one with money. Not, we're proud, just, you can afford it. My sister had 4 kids under 10 and a husband who chased crypto opportunities. My mom collected praise for being a martyr, and my dad stayed quiet enough to be wallpaper. The pattern was always the same. I'd crawl home from flights, barely awake, and someone would need help. One Sunday dinner, my sister smirked. Must be nice. And my mom immediately slid in. Her van is dangerous. You could cover it. When I hesitated, my mom said the line like a threat. Family helps family. That sentence bought them years of access. It started with small transfers and turned into constant ones. Rent, bills, emergency, this, just this, once that. If I said no, it became, so you want the kids to suffer? I stopped feeling like a son and started feeling like an ATM with a pilot's license. People thought flying was glamorous. It wasn't. It was 4 a.m., terminals, bad sleep, and my phone buzzing during layovers. Can you watch them Saturday? Any points you're not using? Can you cover the difference? If I didn't answer fast enough, it turned into, wow, must be nice to ignore family. Then came that Tuesday night. I was half asleep on my couch when my sister wrote, Luke surprised me with Bora Bora. No warning, no asking. Just, we fly tomorrow. Kids love you. I typed, I can't. I'm working. She replied instantly, don't make this a thing. Then the line that made my stomach drop. Mom has your spare key. Something in me went cold. Not angry. Clear. I called the front desk and said, rekey my lock in the morning. I added, no one goes upstairs without me. Not my mom. Not anyone. My mom called 5 minutes later, already furious. Your sister finally gets something nice and you're going to ruin it? I said, 2 weeks isn't babysitting. It's parenting. She snapped. Money's gotten to your head. I said, no, I just stopped being scared. By 8 a.m., the locks were changed. At 10:30, I walked in with coffee and saw them in my lobby. My sister, her husband, my mom, 4 kids, and a pile of suitcases. My sister was yelling at the front desk like volume was a contract. My mom pointed at the elevators like she owned them. My sister spotted me and barked, tell your little guard dog to let us up. Then it went slow motion. First, my sister shoved the old key forward. Next, the doorman didn't move. After that, my mom stepped closer and hissed, do you want the whole building to see this? Then I pulled out my phone and opened my transfer history. Line after line. Her name, emergency. I held it up and said, you've treated me like a bank with no security questions. That ends today. My sister scoffed. So what, you want a medal? I said, no. I want you to stop acting entitled to my life. My mom's face tightened. You're dead to me. I nodded once. Okay. I turned to the front desk. They're not guests. Please don't let them upstairs. He nodded, calm. My sister tried again, quieter, like a different tactic. You're choosing money over your nieces and nephews. I looked at the kids, one picking at his shoelace, one blinking back tears, and said, I'm choosing sanity. You're their parents. Find a way. They stormed out, dragging suitcases and kids behind them. The lobby got quiet like a cabin after pressure equalizes. It hurt, but the relief hit harder. 3 hours later, my sister posted a beach selfie with a coconut and number blessed. The kids were tagged at my parents' house. So much for no backup plan. That night, my mom texted, you humiliated us. I hope your empty apartment keeps you warm. I put my phone on do not disturb and let the silence sit there. The next day off, I slept in, made real breakfast, and didn't apologize to anyone. My mom went online with vague martyr posts. I didn't argue. I just kept my boundaries. I canceled the automatic just-in-case transfer and stopped answering guilt like it was an emergency. Months later, my dad called and admitted quietly, I should have stopped it. About 6 months after that, my sister texted, we found a sitter. We budgeted. It sucked, but we did it. Then, I shouldn't have tried to dump the kids on you. We weren't close after that, and I didn't start paying again. But my home was mine. My time was mine, and the spare key was finally mine. The day I said no, nobody fell apart. The only thing that died was their access to me.